Renata Glasc took over the support meta by storm. She is an extremely powerful enchanter, and in this Renata Glasc guide, you get everything you need to know in less than 5 minutes. Like most enchanters, Renata scales heavily into the late game and can best support AD carries who can scale alongside her. Due to the nature of her kit, Renata is most powerful when paired with auto-attack based marksmen who make good use of her attack speed buff. Kog'Maw, Vayne, and Twitch are all excellent partners because of that, but the scaling isn't even the craziest aspect here. Renata is truly a problematic champion who needs a couple of nerfs to get her back in line with the others, because as of right now, there is no way the enemy could win lane against this champion either. Renata has some incredibly powerful spells, allowing her to win any trade during the early game while still coming with crazy all-in potential. One of the reasons why Renata's trades and all-ins are better than those of most other supports is her passive. Her auto-attack is essentially equipped with a MissFortune-style love tap, but it triggers an additional time when your ally contributes to the fight as well. She also comes with a base attack range of 550, which is incredibly good for a support champion and lets her match the range of most marksmen. All this means weaving in basic attacks with Renata is highly effective, and most other support champions simply cannot provide that kind of pressure. Another reason why Renata works so well in the bot lane is her Q. This ability is incredibly versatile as it is, since it can be used for both engage and disengage, but in a duo lane you are also highly likely to trigger the stun. The spell is perfectly designed for 2v2 situations while still providing tons of teamfighting potential, especially when skirmishing and choke points in the jungle. Renata's W is also really powerful, but many people seem to misunderstand this ability. While the potential revive effect can give you the impression that this would be a defensive spell, in reality it is the exact opposite. Think of it this way. In any situation in which Jinx's passive would be strong, Renata's W will also be strong. Don't waste this on overextended allies who cannot be saved anyway, and instead preserve this cooldown for your hypercarries when they are ready to go wild in teamfights. It is an attack speed and movement speed steroid first, and a revive mechanic second. Unironically, however, the most ridiculous spell in Renata's arsenal is her E. Since it simultaneously provides a shield to yourself and deals good damage with solid range, your opponent can never ever outtrade you. Their only option, if they don't want to auto-lose lane, is literally to just back off when you have Renata's E ready. They have to dodge it and then try to make something happen before it's ready again. But when you simply trade around your E cooldown and play passively during its downtime, your lane opponents will be left with zero options. While all of Renata's spells are crazy teamfighting tools, they still almost pale in comparison when looking at Renata's ultimate. Don't get me wrong, her ultimate does come with some weaknesses. It has no base damage, which means it's completely useless when cast against just one single enemy, and it is a slow-traveling projectile that can be dodged on reaction. When you do save it for the perfect moment in a teamfight, however, connecting your ultimate can single-handedly win the game. Especially when fighting near choke points around Dragon or Baron when the enemy is grouped up, they will deal massive damage to each other while also being CC'd, allowing your allies to hit them even more. As you can see, Renata is all about skirmishing and teamfighting, which is reflected in her optimal rune page. You go for Guardian, Font of Life, Bone Plating, and Revitalize, with Biscuit Delivery and Cosmic Insight secondary. Guardian is not merely the perfect rune for assisting your lane partner. The fact it protects yourself too is also highly relevant, since at the end of the day, Renata Glasc is still an immobile and rather squishy enchanter champion. Font of Life triggers on 3 of your spells, and while the healing is more relevant on tank supports, it still helps you to apply passives like Chemtech Putrefier to your entire team. Bone Plating further makes up for being squishy and immobile, and Revitalize combos with both your Keystone and with Renata's E-spell. Biscuit Delivery is crucial for your lane phase, so you will always have enough mana to actually threaten your opponent with your powerful E. Renata's itemization is surprisingly flexible, since she uses both Relic Shield and Spellthief's Edge reasonably well. The same is true for your mythic item, as both Locket of the Iron Solari and Chevalier's Battle Song are equally viable and both come with their merits. I think mana is very important on enchanter supports, so I recommend Battle Song, but both items have strong active effects that support your team while also compensating for Renata's weaknesses. Your next item is pretty much always Chemtech Putrefier, since healing is omnipresent in the current metagame. Even beyond designated healing champions like Yuumi or Sona, pretty much everyone nowadays either has massive healing in their own kit or acquires it as part of their core item build. Your most well-rounded third item is Redemption, and especially the bonus health it provides is a very important resource preventing the enemy from one-shotting you in the late game. If you want to see a full Renata Glasc gameplay video with educational live commentary, just click the link on your screen right there.